By the way, the title screen changes depending on your progress. Here's what mine looks like right now. My, almost 7 gigabytes. This game's fucking huge. Of course, not that fucking huge, compared to my custom order made 3D2 folder sitting at almost 200 gigabytes. But at first glance, this game looks like your standard old hentai RPG. And that was when I opened the game. Hang on a moment. Alright, and saw and heard that title screen. Bad idea, game devs. Now my expectations are pretty high. How to build a magnificent kingdom. Let me tell you how. Build up a kick-ass military, invade your neighbors, and blame all your mistakes on someone else. Like minorities or some war-hungry dictator. Anyway, review time. Starting the game, you can choose some settings. First, your origin. Let's see, parents killed by bandits, no memories, slept with too many women in exile. I guess I'll go with no memories. Next, how are the women you meet in your journey? Let's see, all pure and chaste, they have lived their own lives, all of them are sluts. Whoa, hang on a sec, this game's pretty advanced now. Is it though? I debated between choosing the all virgin option or the some girls aren't virgin option, but of course, when in doubt, follow my heart, rejoice! Everyone's a virgin. On hindsight, all virgin doesn't make sense for everyone. However, there is one girl I really like who won't be a virgin without the all virgin choice, so I stand by my choice. Back to settings. What's my purpose? Let's see, I want to be a sex machine and fuck every girl. You guys should know that I'm not that vulgar. I just chose the boring old magic option because I thought it would be cool to be the mysterious scheming mage type who also happens to be a pervert. Time to start. You play as you! Yes, you right there beyond the screen. This is a self-insert character, come on, get into the role. You're fucking dying and was picked up by King Regnald of Avon. Time skipped some years and you're a talented apprentice knight. Hang on, I chose the magic option. The previously awesome king has turned unawesome and killed a lot of people. And also he's dead now. And everyone ran away. And the kingdom's population is now 4. You, the princess, a maid, and a knight commander. And the treasury is empty. With 2 extra people, a slime and an adventurer girl, with a pretty complex backstory, the princess resolves to restore the kingdom. Her plan? Focus on robbery and the sex industry. There's a lot of text in this game. There's a huge world out there. Avon itself is in the northern part of the continent, along with 2 other friendly nations. There's also the southern kingdoms, who have threatened the north time and time again. Also other continents who have had wars and world-ending calamities in such times. Every character also has their own sappy backstories, such as Princess of a barbarian kingdom whose brother was killed by her father, the sword tyrant. Ancient immortal hero who can't die. Child born from a secret eugenics society. All sort of crazy shit. Not saying all of them were good, but man, this is a lot of effort. I respect that. Every character also has relationship events with every other character. I'm getting flashbacks of hacking seats of trust in Fire Emblem Fates. There are 20-ish characters, and between 3 to 5 events with every other character. So yeah, prepare for a lot of reading. Some of them are serious world-building stuff. Some are just funny stuff and gags regarding their quirks. Anyway, gameplay. Combat is, I'm not really sure what the combat is. It's real-time combat, where characters just waltz about and attack their enemies that have waltzed in. I don't really see much strategy other than pumping your numbers up, which are done with research and equipment, or just use characters with broken skills. There are no levels. Your character stats get upgraded directly as they hack and slash and shoot enemies, though I don't know how much these numbers affect characters. Each character has a unique set of active and passive skills, and as shown before, some of them are really busted. In combat, your characters also collect mana, which allows you to use the active skills. Active skills stack, I think. Stacking 2 different 50% damage reduction buffs seem to result in everyone taking only 1 damage. The game itself isn't supposed to be hard, as there are 4 difficulties, with normal being the easiest. Harder difficulties drop much better gear, but that's pointless if you just play normal, since the game is probably a breeze if you play exclusively on normal. I, however, finished the entire game on lunatic difficulty after a certain point. So about that research, that takes a hell out of effort to grind. There are 5 types of research resources, called workforce, and they're pretty slow to get until you research the research increasing text. There are 9 research categories and each has between 300 to 600 texts. I'd say you need at least 2 million of each resource to research them all. You probably get like less than 10 of each when you finish your first battle. Get to it then. And on to that equipment stuff. There's money, whose only use is to upgrade equipment. Pretty damn weird that there is no store or something where we can buy equipment. The only way to get equipment is from combat drops. Upgrading is one key to get super busted. Upgrading attack speed is a staple, but it's really expensive for early games. You can also upgrade the amount of times you can use potions. Yes, even that 100% mana crystal. It's cheap as well, so abuse it. Anyway, back to the plot. At some point, the game takes a serious turn in theme. Previously, everyone's full of joy and hope for the restoration. Afterwards, everyone's all doom and gloom and seemingly just one stock market crash away from committing suicide. The characters change a lot. There's one who started to make addictive and deadly drugs. There's one who became addicted to the aforementioned drugs. Another who drowns her sorrows by fucking strangers. Another who has no more will to live and only wishes to be buried next to her dead sister. And no more funny relationship events for you. There's one memorable event where one of your girls is poisoning the water to deliberately make people sick. And then the girl who makes drugs show up saying, "How dare you make people suffer," before poisoning the water with deadly poison, while saying, "I hope death takes your victims so that they need not suffer anymore." Bless the few characters who still keep their spirits up and trying their hardest to help. There's a Fire Emblem style epilogue part for the bad ending, and it's as depressing as it gets. Missing, dead, missing, assassinated, committed suicide, missing, went home with a lot of regrets, likely became mass murderer, then went missing, pursued extreme hedonism, peacefully murdered a lot of people. You get the idea. Of course, it's not all rope hanging. Eventually we get to a good part, and everyone gets a happy ever after ending. While it does comply with the rule of all's well that ends well, I didn't find it as good as the depressing parts. It's still pretty good, but sometimes it gets a bit too anime. The finale is pretty epic though, despite not really making much sense to me. Now the porn. It's okay, I guess. The art's by a variety of different artists, it seems. The quality varies quite a bit. Each girl has 6 sets of sex CGs, 4 of which are shared. What do you mean shared? Those 4 shared scenes mean they can apply to both you and the brothel scenes. Well, you remember the Princess Proclamation of prioritizing the sex industry? The brothel here is nationalized, and there's a dedicated system for that. It plays out like a restaurant game or something. Customers come, serve them girls. I didn't use the brothel at all though, just the profits from combat are more than enough. The weird thing is that every girl is okay with working in a brothel, even if they're a virgin. Well, do whatever the fuck you want, player. If you're into getting cucked, be my guest. Anyway, 6 CG sets used in 6 lover scenes, 6 wife scenes, and 24 brothel scenes for each girl is quite a lot. There are about 20 girls after all. The non-brothel scenes range from, "I want to have lovey-dovey unprotected sex with you," to, "I want to see you get gangbanged by other men," to pegging. Don't worry, NTR and prostitution is not forced. You can opt out of the program if you wish. No one's stopping you from going in though. There's also pregnancy in this game. Yay! They barely have any gameplay purposes. Boo! The only thing about them is having a counter, an edited sprite, and you can deal with it with either an abortion or normal birth, both of which only has the effect of unpregnanting the sprite. The sprites are a bit wonky at times. Some look fine, but certain characters look like they're wearing fat clown pants rather than being pregnant. But the pregnancy itself does paint a strange picture. Here I have a harem of lovely ladies, all of whom I personally impregnated. Way to go, me. Yet they are the main force of the kingdom, the vanguard, the backbone, perhaps even the panzer elite of the army, despite being supposedly pregnant. Anyway, the world fears the might of my pregnant wives. However, watching pregnant women fight against foes in life and death duels is rather immersion breaking for the depressing and final parts of the game, so I turned them off at those points. All in all, a masterpiece of a game, a mastercraft of characters and plot, with some pretty unique but relatively simple gameplay, okay porn, and pretty standard true endings, somehow all made in fucking RPG Maker. How does one even do that? I like this game, but I don't really recommend it due to the hefty amounts of grind and text, which might turn off both visual novel readers and gameplay seekers. Maybe use Cheat Engine to ease the fucking grind.